No Fakes Act reintroduced in Congress.
69.
You know, we've seen look, deep fakes is a thing. People have done deep fakes of Alan and I. I have a deep fake. I'll show you right here. I'm going to show you right here a deep fake, but there are deep fakes that could fool people and lead to some shenanigans. Here's one right here.
Why are you so racist? You have Polly and Dante on the bottom. Really, really, Chris, watch Party So White.
So, that's of course AOC. It's a deep fake of AOC. But there are deep fakes of Alan and I for comedic purposes. I don't mind those for comedic. They're obvious fakes. So, Alan, what do you have for this?
Yes.
And is there a link? I'll go to it.
There's a link. It's in the doc there. But
okay, go ahead, Alan.
Yeah, they keep switching these things.
Okay,
all right.
Let me bring up the story from Variety here.
Okay, you want to do it?
Yeah,
I do. I'm going to have to read off of this.
Okay,
so,
go ahead and read. You've got the story up on your own computer, but go ahead.
The No Fakes Act reintroduced in Congress with support from Google, RIAA, more. The recording industry's Grammys on the Hill Advocacy Day culminated on Wednesday with a press conference on Capitol Hill with Senators Chris Coons, Marsha Blackburn, and Reps Madeline Dean and Maria Salazar to announce the reintroduction of the No Fakes Act, standing for Nurture Originals, Foster Art, and Keep Entertainment Safe. The bipartisan bicameral bill is intended to advance creators' rights to protect their voice and likeness from unauthorized creation and use of digital replicas. Also at the press conference were stakeholders for the Human Artistry Campaign, where the Academy is a founding member, along with Google, MPA, RIAA, SAG-AFTRA, and YouTube. And I should mention Mr. Beast is a supporter of this bill.
I think this is targeting mostly politicians.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how much this will affect the people do deep fakes of you and I on X all the time. I find them funny. I think they're funny. I'll find a few right now, but what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it sounds good, but knowing politicians, it just smells fishy to me.
Well, yeah, I'll just say with politicians, I mean, rarely when it comes to tech issues are they like well informed on topics. I think they're pretty bad when it comes to that.
Well, you know what it is once you create a law outlawing something, let's just say this is a ban on AI AI. There's always loopholes, and you wind up having to revisit this 2 years down the road because people have exploited our memers have exploited those loopholes. It's it's kind of the Pandora's box, the cat out of the bag. As much as you try to legislate it back in the bag and closing Pandora's box, it just reopens again. And and just like Congress and the media, there's no details here. I don't know exactly what this means. I don't know how they're planning to enforce this.
Here's the thing. If I do a cartoon drawing of a political figure, mm-hmm. and it's a cartoon in a political cartoon, is that considered, is that fall in that category? It's a likeness. Look, Larry Flint, by the way, nearly gave up his life. He did a parody of an ad with Jerry Falwell talking about relations with his mother. That went all the way to the Supreme Court. There's a movie about that called The People versus Larry Flint. And that was about a fake ad, a satirical ad that was in Hustler magazine. So I think this is a bad idea. And how do I know it's a bad idea? Do you know who's behind this? One of the people endorsing it is Gavin Newsom. So that's how I know it's bad.
Yeah, it's because of that Kamala Harris AI thing. Of course
which was awesome. Even I knew it was AI, but I thought it was that's our right to fairly comment using satire. Alan, your thoughts, and we'll go to chat.
Yeah, I'll read. This is a somewhat of an explanation, but it says the No Fakes Act would establish the U.S.'s first ever federal right of publicity and provide a nationwide standard to ensure creators' likenesses are not used without their consent. The bill would give music makers control over their own digital personas and hold individuals, companies, and platforms accountable for unauthorized use of a creator's voice or likeness. I get, based on the words itself, it sounds okay. It's like, yeah, people shouldn't be making likenesses of you, putting faces of me on Chow Yun Fat. But again, I don't know. It just sounds fishy to me. That it feels like a trap with no teeth. Let's put it that way.
I'm not in favor of it. I think it falls under satire. Mm-hmm. You wanna maybe add some rules that there's maybe a little bug or a logo, fine. But yeah, I am against this. So it's not a good use of Congress's time either. Not like they know what they're doing.